Rosy Hardy Gardening. You may have seen my video on top 5 medium plants. Well, here are a bonus 5. And just remember, medium height is from 40 centimetres up to 80 centimetres. That's somewhere around about 18 inches up to nearly 3 feet, somewhere in that region. So let's have a look at what I've chosen for this next bonus 5. Thalictrums. There are lots of beautiful thalictrums out there, lots of different forms. They're either quite small or quite tall, so it's really good to get one that is the medium height. And this one is Thalictrum Chantilly lace. Beautiful pale lilac pink flowers, large in size, and although this plant in this container looks short here, this is going to go up to being somewhere between 50 and 60 centimetres in height once it is fully grown. But it makes a lovely clump. Really, really good new variety. And it's great because not a lot of the thalictrums have this very large flower. So they're really nice, yellow anthers in the centre there. Lovely foliage which has got a slight grey hint to it. Full sun to part shade is what this plant likes, and reasonable soil. So that is a beautiful clump former, and that really is a true medium height plant at 60 centimetres. Then if you want something for a slightly shadier spot, well, it can go both shady or sunny, but it will tolerate dry soils, is this beautiful Amsonia. Lovely, narrow, thin, dark green leaves, and then these beautiful starry blue flowers on the top of it. Very quite pale blue on this particular form. This is Amsonia Ernst Pagels, and it's a lovely clump former, but it goes up to a good height, so it is a medium size. So this is for your shrub, part shady borders, will tolerate a bit of dry shade. Really great plant for those sorts of conditions. And as with any area in your border, there are plenty of medium height hardy geraniums, and this particular one is Geranium Brookside. So Geranium Brookside has beautifully divided cut palmate foliage, and then lots and lots of stems of flower here. It makes a super big plant up to that 60 centimetre, 2 foot size, which is really bang on middle height for your borders. Once this is a repeat flowering form, so once it has done its first lot of flower, you can give it a tidy up and a bit of a haircut, then it will come back up with more flowering bloom, and then at the end of the season cut it back down. But a really, really good mid-height and a lovely strong colour in this particular hardy geranium. That is Brookside. Now again, there are fabulous Alchemillas, and I love Alchemilla as a family. This is one called Sericata Gold Strike, and it just creeps into the medium height, but it is actually quite good in that middle part of the border because it gives you a good filler, lovely foliage that stays there looking good, and then up come these beautiful flower heads which are covered in tiny, tiny little yellow flowers, and it just has these sprays of colour and gives you a wonderful filling in the middle of a border there. So this one is Sericata Gold Strike. It is less likely to seed around than Alchemilla mollis, makes wonderful sized clumps. You can just cut it up and divide it, no problem at all. The flowers are brilliant for using as cut flower. The foliage works well. Once you've finished and you've got the last 2 flowers, if you cut it back down, the foliage comes back and makes a really good mound. So this will go sun or part shade, any reasonable soil. In fact, it goes in quite poor soils as well. So that is a really good form just on the edge of our height. So it's going to get to about 50 centimetres. Then the last one for this bonus 5 is the Rehmannia. And this is Rehmannia Walberton's Magic Dragon. This has been bred to be mid-height, so it's going to go up to that 80 centimetres. So these flower stems are going to go up and up and up. Look at these beautiful, huge, big flowers on here. And when the stems are fully in flower, it just looks absolutely stunning. It's a clump former. It will get out a little bit bigger going through. It wants a reasonable soil and a full sun. And then you will just get a fabulous plant. Don't let it dry out. That's the one thing it doesn't like. You can container grow this one perfectly well and it will look stunning and it will just keep on going. You can cut back these first flowers if you want because it has side arms here which are going to come up and give you lots of flower. So that is Rehmannia, Walberton's Magic Dragon. So medium height, middle of the border is what we're really talking about here with these medium plants. Okay, so it's also for people who are growing in containers. It means you've got your small plants in the front, your medium ones behind. So they're not hidden by the other plants, or they are utilised to hide stems of other things which are taller behind them. But really, medium height plants for the middle of the border, and none of these really need staking. So that is absolutely ideal. Free flowering, great plants for the middle of your borders. Thank you very much for listening and please do subscribe to the channel.